All week, I've been hearing from my mom about all of my cousins, some who are here today, who have sent her notes and emails telling her that Uncle Si was my favorite uncle. But Tony, Jenny, and I are really lucky because he wasn't a favorite uncle. He was our dad. My dad was a really special man. He was kind and gentle. He was humble and unassuming, but he always made everyone around him feel like they were special. When I was growing up, we had some wonderful family routines. One was after dinner. When Tony and I were little, as soon as we were excused from the table, we would run out to the family room and Dad would follow. "Wrestlers ready?" he would say, and our wrestling match would ensue. There was always a lot of tussling and giggling involved, and the wrestling matches always ended with laughter. Well, except for one time. Dad never yelled at us. We rarely got in trouble. But that night, while I was waiting for my turn to wrestle, I sat on the window bench and, sat on Tony's glasses. I never owned up to that one. Tony got in trouble. Sorry about that, Tony. I think that was one of the few times I ever saw Dad get mad. If you look at our family pictures, you'll see that either Tony or I pretty much always had our glasses held together with tape. Sorry, Tony, that one's on me. Another routine that I loved while I was growing up was bedtime. Mom, Tony, and I would sit on the edge of my bed, and Mom would read a bedtime story. Then she'd tuck us in and go downstairs. I would know that Dad would be coming upstairs to kiss us goodnight. So every night I would turn myself around so my feet were on my pillow. And every night, Dad would be so surprised. It just never occurred to me that I was pretty predictable and he probably knew exactly where my head and feet were. After all, he was really a pretty intelligent guy, but he played the game well, and I loved it. My dad was the neighborhood dad. Growing up, the neighborhood kids were always in our backyard playing football, and Dad was right there with us throwing touchdown passes. There was always a basketball game going on in our driveway, and Dad was there teaching us skills and sportsmanship. I remember one day in PE class at Hoover Elementary School, Mr. Woodford, the PE teacher, had started a unit on basketball. On that particular day, we learned how to do layups. Mr. Woodford did his demonstration, and the other kids stumbled through the drill. On my first try, I executed a perfect layup. Of course, I already knew how to do layups. I'd been doing them for years in our driveway basketball games. After watching the class for a few minutes and giving pointers, Mr. Woodford sidled up to me and said, "Nice job. Your dad already taught you how to do that, huh?" Another family ritual was singing in the car. Every summer, we'd go on a family vacation, and they were great vacations, usually to a national park. We would load up the car and head out for an adventure, and while we were on the highway heading across the country, we'd be singing at the top of our lungs. Our favorite song was Bill Grogan's Goat, until Jenny came along. Unfortunately, her taste in music wasn't nearly as good as the rest of the family, but I guess we had trained her well. She was a little bit like Pavlov's dogs. As soon as the engine in the car started, she would start belting out The Farmer and the Devil, and we all belted it out right along with her. We had lots of great camping trips. We always had a softball and gloves, frisbees and cards, and hiking. Mom hiked our feet to bloody stumps, and she can still out-hike just about anyone on the trail. In camp, Dad was always the cook, and his breakfasts were great. Toad in the hole is still my favorite breakfast. While he was a good cook, he didn't always have great control of the Coleman stove. I remember a few instances when he started it up and we had flames that were 10 feet high. As I grew up, Dad was my biggest advocate. Sports were a big part of my life in high school and college. Just as he had been the neighborhood dad, he became the Mankato West High School dad. In all my years of basketball, cross country, and track, he didn't miss a single meet or game. He knew everyone on the team, and he cheered for all of us, as if he were everyone's dad. The only embarrassing thing was when it was his turn to drive us home from practice, sometimes he sang in the car, and it was usually Bill Grogan's Goat. When I moved on to college at Gustavus, Dad continued in his support. The only sporting event he missed in my 4 years of college was one cross-country meet in Wisconsin. He got turned back by a snowstorm. And when I got my first teaching job and was hired as head basketball coach at Mountain Lake High School, my dad came to my first game. When I became a teacher, my dad continued to touch people's lives, people he never met. In my 29 years of teaching elementary and middle school math and science, I had a lot of students. After a difficult lesson on fractions or decimals, or just when I could see that the kids needed a break, I would take them outside and we would play capture the flag or trench or kickball, and I played right alongside them, chasing after them or tagging them out at home plate. And what they didn't know, and what my dad didn't know, was that my love for kids and my love for sports came from the time he spent with us growing up. My dad has touched the lives of hundreds of kids, some now adults, that he never met. My dad was a kind, gentle, unassuming man. The world is a little bit smaller without him, but it's a whole lot bigger because of him.
Isaiah 43, verses 1 through 3. Fear not, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by name, you are mine. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and through the rivers, they shall not overwhelm you. When you walk through fire, you shall not be burned, and the flame shall not consume you. For I am the Lord your God, the Holy One of Israel, your Savior.
The second reading is from Colossians 3, 12 to 14. Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Bear with each other and forgive one another. If any of you has a grievance against someone, forgive as the Lord forgave you. And over all these virtues, put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity.
My dad was a great dad, and he did some great things. But that's not why he was great. It was the little things that he did. Hi, Dad. Thanks for singing with me in the car. We are so cool. But humming outside of the car is not cool. Hi, Dad. Thanks for hiding treats under your seat in the car. Licorice rope and cinnamon bears are the best. Hi, Dad. Thanks for such an awesome family vacation. And thanks for staying back and hiking the short trail with me so Mom didn't walk my feet off. Hi, Dad. Thanks for taking me grocery shopping with you Saturday morning and letting me ride in the bottom of the cart. I always look forward to grocery shopping day, and not just because of the donuts. Hi, Dad. Thanks for wrestling with me after supper. Pininated! Hi, Dad. Thanks so much for planning your entire work schedule around my game so you could sit in the stands and watch me play. And thanks for letting me ride home with you so I didn't have to take the bus. Hi, Dad. Thanks for coming to my meet today and running from the start to the end of the race to see me cross the finish line. You should get a medal too. Hi, Dad. Thanks for letting me go out to the golf course with you last night to pick up balls. What are you going to do with all of them? Don't you have boxes of them in the garage? Hi, Dad. Thanks for coming to my concert tonight. I bet you didn't even notice when I messed up my solo. If you did, thanks for telling me you didn't. Hi, Dad. Thanks for playing horse with me after supper. Someday I think I'll be as good a shot as you. Hi, Dad. Thanks for saving some soda and chips for me after your Thursday night poker game. If only you hosted every week. Hi, Dad. Thanks for dropping me off at the mall today. And thanks for doing it far enough away from the entrance so nobody saw. Everybody still thinks I'm cool. Hi, Dad. Thanks for taking me to the mall yesterday and paying for my new clothes. You didn't have to wait outside the store until it was time to pay. But nobody saw you. Your friends still think you're cool. Hi, Dad. Thanks for taking me out driving yesterday. I can't wait until I can drive to the mall myself. Hi, Dad. Thanks for buying a new car so I don't have to drive a station wagon or a minivan when I get my license. You're the best. Hi, Dad. Thanks for taking me to my driver's test yesterday and for letting me drive my friends up to the cities to go shopping this weekend. Hi, Dad. Thanks for such a great vacation. Camping is so much fun, and you make the best Dinty Moore beef stew in the campground. Hi, Dad. Thanks for helping me move into my dorm room. How will all of this stuff fit in this tiny space? Hi, Dad. Thanks for walking me down the aisle. Thank goodness neither of us tripped. Hi, Dad. Thanks for keeping Xander while Mark and I paddled in the Boundary Waters. Hope your honeymoon trip went better than our vacation. Hip-deep mud is no joke. Hi, Dad. Thanks for entertaining Xander and Kate this morning. I don't know what you three did, but they look guilty. I think donuts were involved. Hi, Dad. Thanks for taking the boys on such a great trip. Mom must have walked their feet off. They slept and slept when they got home. Hi, Dad. Thanks for playing Michigan Rummy and Hearts with us today instead of watching the Vikings game. I definitely learned from the master. Hi, Dad. Thanks for all the wonderful memories. You're not here, but you'll always be with us.
Aaron Copland wrote a short fanfare for the common man, but what I'm going to be saying is sort of a fanfare for an uncommon common man. And when I hear that fanfare, it sort of uplifts me and inspires me. And when I think about, I called him Si, a lot of us did, it kind of makes me feel uplifted. So this is a poem I wrote about my relationship with him. When you marry a wife who has a married sister, you receive a new brother, as I did when I married 54 years ago. When our wives talked, we talked. When our wives walked, we walked. 3 steps or more behind them, trying to keep up. When we visited, Si always inquired about my life and my family, and he really listened to what I had to say. When we talked sports, which both of us loved to do, it wasn't just Vikings and Twins or the Mankato team, it was Nebraska and Wichita State and what I was interested in. When we went on canoe trips together, and there were 3 of them, Si and I paddled our own canoes with our wives and ventured around beautiful lake after lake and pitched our tents and built fires and cooked the food. When Si tried fishing one canoe trip, he hooked a 20-inch northern pike, but he hadn't brought a net. So he scooped it into the canoe with my wife's straw hat. When Si and I played basketball with some of these nieces and nephews and children of ours, Si always faked a fakey fake before he shot, and we held our own. When our 4 children got married, Si was there to support us. And when some of his children and grandchildren got married, we were there to support him as well. And when we visited here in Mankato, Si always led us on the Mankato streets to see the sculptures, new every year. And then we, of course, had to end up at the ice cream shop, and he always paid for it. I never paid a dime. Si was a common man, quiet, friendly, good provider, great father, faithful believer. But to me, he was an uncommon, common man who became to me, for me, another brother. So let the trumpets blow, and the cymbals crash, and heaven's gate open wide, and a radiant light stream forth, as an uncommon, common man enters in.
watch golf. He would travel anywhere to play golf. Oh, and he loved to walk through the woods on the way to his next shot, looking for golf balls. I understand there are a couple of huge buckets of golf balls downstairs, and you are all invited to take one, and Enos probably would like you to take 6 or 7 of them. I haven't bought a golf ball in the last 5 to 8 years, probably. Mostly because of Al's generosity and eyesight. And now I hear he's been holding out of me having a couple of big buckets there in his garage. And he loved wearing shorts on the golf course, no matter how cold. Especially those salmon-colored ones, kind of an orange coral. A few years ago, I was driving in Upper North Mankato when I spotted those shorts from at least 6 blocks away. And I knew it was Al and Eunice walking together, which they frequently did. But I think what I will always remember about Al is how much he enjoyed including others in his passion and love for the game. Just when I think we had enough folks lined up to play on Friday mornings, he wanted to add more. And when it came to golf, this humble guy quietly invited others to join the fun, fellowship, and food. Yes, for those of us that played 18 holes, Culver's was definitely the last stop after a round of golf. Al was born March 2nd, 1934 in Albert Lake to Alvin E. and Alma Jepson Simonson. Graduated from Albert Lake High School, attended Luther College, served in the U.S. Army, and then graduated from MSU Mankato. He worked at Babcock Stone and taught safety at South Central Community College. Al married Eunice in 1961. Together they had 3 children, Tony, his wife Rita, Marnie, her husband Tom, and Jenny, and her husband Mark. 4 grandchildren, Andrew, Melanie, Xander, and Kay, and 3 great-grandchildren, Harper, Peyton, and Carson. Al was preceded to death by his brother Richard. In addition to golf, as we've heard, Al enjoyed all spectator sports. He enjoyed playing ping pong and most recently pickleball, which I don't get, but he enjoyed it. After retiring, Al volunteered at Echo Food Shelf and most recently at the Connections Shelter Program. For those of you that aren't aware, Connections Ministries is our temporary homeless shelter that is housed amongst various churches during the winter months here in Mankato. And Al was often there very early in the morning or very late at night and was always talking with our guests. Al moved from the church militant here on earth to the church triumphant in heaven on Tuesday, July 9th, where no doubt he is between rounds of golf playing Pfeffer in heaven. He was 85. Those of you who knew Al, and we've heard it today again, know that he was a pretty quiet guy. Rarely talked about himself. I often had to pull things out of him. However, he did talk about his family a lot. I learned about his kids and his grandkids and his great-grandkids. They talked about them all the time. But also, as we've heard, he was always deeply interested in you, your family, and what was going on in your life. I came to find out that he came to the Lutheran Church by degrees as a boy and then a teen. And I think it was in that Lutheran Church that he found the love and belonging that he was looking for. Eunice said that he greatly appreciated her large, loving, and even loud family. Eunice said loud, something he hadn't experienced in his family upbringing. And Al wasn't the kind of person to live his faith in a showy way. Rather, I think he took those words from Colossians to heart. Clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, meekness, and patience. When I met with Eunice last week to plan the service, she had already picked up the Isaiah and Colossians texts, saying that the Isaiah text contained God's promise. I am yours, you are with me, you are mine, you are there forever. And Colossians was the result of that promise. Now, I don't know if Al knew this Colossians text or not, but I believe that he lived it. However, I do know that he knew the Isaiah text because it is on this banner all the time. And it contains the baptism or funeral names of those whom we welcome or we welcome into God's care. Those promises in Isaiah are so reassuring. No matter where we are going, no matter how much we fear, no matter what is happening in our lives, God has not abandoned us in our need. God is not only with us, God claims us as his own. About a week or two, maybe before Cy died, I talked with him on the phone, probably the last time. He was still looking forward to figuring out the disease and coming up with a plan to heal it. I was still hopeful as well, but for the first time I noticed how tired he sounded. And it should be no surprise the guy was just running on fumes. And as Eunice and I talked about the scripture she chose, I suggested this passage from Matthew. Come to me, all who are weary and carrying heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. As Christians, we believe that Jesus is one through whom we are able to enter God's rest. Although we didn't talk about it much, I am convinced that Al knew the promises in these scriptures. He would also say that whatever kind of person he was able to be in this life was due to the one who made him his own in baptism and welcomed him into a well-deserved rest. But I'm also pretty sure at this point Al would say that I should stop talking about him and get on with it. I'm going to miss Al deeply. Mostly because he was able to let me be me on the golf course and let me be his pastor everywhere else. I think the best tribute that we could give to Cy, to be as Christ-like as he was in his life. For now, we mourn that Al left too quickly and too soon, but we celebrate what he meant to us. We cry tears of sadness, but we also have tears of joy remembering those salmon-colored shorts until that day when we will be reunited again. Tee it up, Al. Get the gummy bears ready, and meanwhile, hit them straight. Amen. a sheep of your own fold, a lamb of your own flock, a sinner of your own redeeming. Receive them into the arms of your mercy, into the blessed rest of everlasting peace, and into the glorious company of the saints in light. Amen. Before the rest of that, we end on something peppy and energetic, because that's the way it was. And so we are marching in the light of God.
Senior Calhoun's angel.
Hi, Bill.
Howdy.
I'm Wayne.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Yeah.
That 5 is their own.